Welcome everybody to another video. This is Eddie. I'm playing some Trove today. Going to be doing a class guide, my class guide, for the Boomeranger, newest class to come out at the time of recording this video. Very cool. But before I do, quick reminder, everybody. I'm doing daily Trove streams, starting somewhere between 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. So do the math for whatever time zone that's for when you are. Come join us. I sometimes post little videos here on YouTube. Sometimes I don't have time, but sometimes I post little announcement videos that I delete after I finish streaming. You can see the changes we made to the bridge in the last live stream. It was very cool. I've changed it from the happy theme of the ocean biome here. What is it called? Treasure Isle. See where everything's kind of bright and yes. Do 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 do. And then you come into here and it's like super dark and everything gets all red and everything. And yeah. So that would be that. Got this in a case, by the way. Love it. In a case from this case someone gave to me in the sky realms there. Anyways, let's begin the class guide, and while we do it, I'm going to get my 1,000 cubits for today. So, Boomeranger, first class to ever be able to wield 2 weapons, both melee and ranged, sword and bow. Very cool, very cool. And I think we did have enough classes using swords. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 out of the 10 use swords. And then we added another with sword. But then we also included the bow, so it wasn't completely... I want to see how good this bow is. It's pretty good. I'll take that. I'll switch back. I'm just bringing the bow along with me because I know we're going to want to use it. And a related change, everybody, as I'm sure you are all aware, is now your chests and your inventory sync up when you're doing most things. So that's pretty sweet. Hey, no, not one, move them all. Yeah, so we can use both. Both of those, of course, are physical damage. So that's what you want to be building, of course. And, oh, the eyes are in the other one, that's right. There we go, plenty of inventory space. Love that. Okay. Let's go to U3, I guess. So, the first question is, of course, which is better, sword or bow? And at first I was... Well, there's a couple things. It's not really as simple as that, I would say. Obviously, it's your personal preference, but I do think one is better, in my personal opinion. You may disagree if you just really love the bow, I guess, but I think the sword is better. But at the end of the day, you kind of just want to go with whichever one has better stats, right? Because you could use a bow close range, right? But that's the thing, is that this feels like a very close range class, and I'll tell you why. But before we do that, let's pick a direction. I'm going to go this way. And let's go over the abilities. So the basic attack is either the swing of a sword or the shoot of the bow, but every 3 attacks you do big damage, in quotes. This is one ability that I think is actually better with the bow. That passive works out to be better. And let me show you why on some little creeps down here. I won't do a full dungeon. Let's do the bow first. So equip this bow. You can see it's 1, 2, and then big 3 shots in a row, 3 arrows at once. So what does that mean? That means 1 shot, 2 shot, and 3 shot with a lot of damage, right? Simple. Okay, now let's switch to the sword. And here's another one. What does it mean for the sword? Okay, for the sword it's 1, 2, and then the spin. And that spin, I thought, was just bigger damage, but if you look at the damage, I kind of did it too early. Let's try that one more time. Let's just look at the damage before I do the positional stuff. Look at the damage. 1, 2, 3. That doesn't... I don't think that's any more damage. It's the same amount of damage. The difference is it's AoE. So 1, 2, I could face the other way, still hit him with it. Which... I don't know... I mean, I guess that's good. And it's more damage, right? Because they're doing equal damage just to more enemies. So it's not like it's not like it's really that much different. And maybe I do like that better now that I'm thinking about the rest of the abilities. But I don't know. It wasn't. I guess it's hard to say. I feel like Trove classes often come down to, is it good against single opponents or is it good against groups? And I guess this guy's good against groups, but there's some caveats. Let's do this recipe. And so, let's go over the rest of the abilities. Then there's the Boomerang. This is a really cool ability, definitely obviously where the class gets its name, and that is the secondary fire, the right click by default. I don't even know if you can read keybind that. Anyways, that's pretty sweet, but... Oh, hey, come on now. What does it do? Well, it does a stun. It's a very brief stun. It's not all that much time spent, but it also reduces the cooldowns of your other abilities, which is very, very cool. And I don't think we've ever seen anything that reduces cooldown. I think that maybe there was a flask before this that reduced cooldown, but normally there was no abilities that did it, and now we have one. And it definitely comes into play. I find that there's definitely some strategery, you know, some tactics on how you use that, and it basically has to do with wrong direction. Has to do with the order in which you cast your abilities. But so that's nice, and that does the same thing no matter what weapon you're wielding, and the rest of the abilities do the same thing no matter what weapon you're wielding. But I think it was this way I wanted to go. I was trying to get to the Dragonfire Peaks biome. I wanted to do a little mining. Yeah, there's one down there, I think. Okay, so next ability is the bomb. The bomb is pretty cool. Let's toss one down here. Watch what it does in terms of destruction. It's a pretty big damage destruction. It can really get you through some dungeon walls, which is really cool. That's a really big part of adventuring and leveling, is like getting to the boss fights quickly and without taking a lot of damage or using up your flasks. You can keep going for as long as possible. And rather than wasting the bombs that you spent shapestone and stuff crafting, you can just use one of these now, and it does quite a bit of damage. If this was dungeon blocks, it would do a little bit. It would do significantly less damage. Those don't break as easy, but that's okay. Yeah, so that's pretty interesting. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage. Oh, and I should note that I was just dropping it, which you can do, but if you hold it, you do get the throw. So, you know, it doesn't seem to throw as far as some of the other things in the game that can be thrown, maybe. But that's that. Well, okay. We'll talk about... Let's get into details after. So then there's the mysterious urn, which is, I'll just toss it here. You throw it and you get some stuff. I don't know what I just got. Not really sure what that was that I just got. But there are chickens that act as allies to help you fight. There are hearts that heal you. There are, I think I just got energy maybe. There are bombs that kind of do a cluster explosion of quite a bit of damage. And there's probably more that I'm not remembering, which is pretty good. And it's so the big bomb and the mysterious urn are both basically AoE things, kind of, not really for the urn, but sort of. So that's good, but you know, let's drive towards the right biome. There we go. But let's get back to the main question of which is better. How should you play it? What are, at least in my opinion, I'm not gonna hit that. And I said sword, and the reason why is related to the other abilities. So in Trove, right, there are two kinds of enemies. There are melee and ranged enemies, really, when you get down to it. And the ranged enemies, they kind of move around some, and just so that they can get a shot on you and that kind of thing. And the melee enemies, obviously, they come right for you because they got to hit your melee. So my thing with Trove has always been, when it turns out how I want to play and what stats I want to build, is like, is this a single target enemy where I want to be at range, taking them out one at a time with high damage, or is this multiple targets where I need to be really in close and sustaining a lot of damage? So, obviously for this guy, you want to use the bow if you think that things are going to work out in one way, in the single target way, and you want to use, this is obviously based on the other things the character can do, the other abilities. Or you want to use the sword if you think that the other abilities play into multiple targets. And I think it's pretty clear that they play into multiple targets due to their AoE nature of everything. But there is some other things that are a little weird. So the bomb is ranged. I would technically call that ranged, right? Because you can throw it, and that's the whole point. I don't know what that may have been, the extra bombs there. Right, you can throw it. But it's not... Is it really, though? Because here's the thing. Let's say we have some enemies. I throw down... come on now. I'm gonna wait for my cooldown. I throw down my bomb. Wait for it. There we go. I throw down my bomb. I'm gonna throw it over here because it's ranged and the enemies are over there. I do that. If they're not aggroed onto me, they'll get hit by that. And I think they actually decreased the fuse length, which made this problem less so. But before, the fuse length... Oh, come here, Boomerang. Where are you going? What are you doing, Boomerang? What was that? You get bounced a little funny. But if they're melee, or if they're already aggroed onto you, because maybe one of your friends hit them, or something like that, if something like that happened, then... Ooh, like this guy, right? Okay, he's over there, throw the bomb. Well, now he's over here. So I'm already not at range anymore, and the bomb missed. So the only way to really use this bomb is to toss it right next to you, and then keep the enemies next to you. And you're not going to hit a ranged guy with it anyways, because they're going to be passively wandering around while they shoot you anyways. So, long story short, I think that the bomb is more of a similar to the... I guess kind of similar to the Ice Sage's secondary fire, is that like you kind of have to be close to them anyways, because it is going to take a second for that thing to drop, and you want when it drops, you want to actually hit them, so you might as well make sure that they stay in one place, aka wailing on you, or at least that's how I do it. And so that's not the... Where's the... Do I have to go down again? Where do I go down? Is there a boss here? Is that a boss? Oh, yeah, that's a boss. Chickens! There's the chickens. I'll try to show off as many of these as possible. Yeah, so my personal opinion is that the sword is better because... oh, I should mention the urn can be thrown as well. But it's like a... That is an instantaneous thing, so that truly could be used as like a... you know... I'm going up on... The boss hasn't seen me yet. I'm going to throw this first. Maybe get some chickens out there. But it also might buff you and your friends. So you kind of only want to throw it in the heat of battle. And again, in the heat of battle, in Trove, all that really means is that there's a swarm around you, right? And there's a swarm around you, and there's people who aren't around you who are just walking around doing range damage. So chances are, no matter what, you're going to want to do melee. Because none of these abilities, in my opinion, really lend themselves to range. And if you're doing melee, you might as well have the sword so you can do AoE rather than the single hit target, unless you like the bow, right? And as I said, what's wrong with doing a bow melee, other than maybe it's a slower attack speed or something? I don't know. I don't really know. But that's basically it. So, other things to notice in the class guide. I already talked about how there's big damage means something different for sword and bow. Oh, right, the order of which to do attacks when attacking an enemy. I said I was going to go mining, but I'd rather get my qubits for today. So I'll just do any old base. Also particularly looking out for recipes, of course. Attack order. Don't start with the boomerang. It doesn't do much damage at all, and it just stuns. So you should probably do that once you've already thrown down a bomb, so that they have to sit by the bomb to get damaged by that. That's pretty simple. Thing is that the stun. Oh, is that it sounded like an invader. Is that an invader? Oh, there's a bomb out of nowhere. Not really sure what that was. Oh, yeah, it was an invader. Okay. So, there is one instance where you do want to just chuck out your boomerang, and that is if you need cooldown, or if you see a big hit on the horizon, like they're swinging up for a big hit, you can actually interrupt it with the boomerang, I think. Maybe that changed since the initial patch, or since the initial release of this guy, but originally you could. Which is really helpful because you don't want to get hit by those big hits. Cannon bot, that's probably him. So here's my strategy. The ult is pretty good, so I'm gonna toss it. And obviously this is not a very hard guy. I could just wail on him, probably not use any abilities and still win. But if I was doing like a Shadow Arena boss or something, or like if I was in the world too high for me, I'd throw this. And I got chickens, I got lucky, it was AoE. Then I would do the bomb, actually I just messed up. And then I would do the boomerang, because the boomerang, so the bomb is about to go off, the boomerang stuns him so he stays near it while the fuse goes down. And the boomerang lowers your cooldown on your ult, so if this guy had like a lot of health, again that guy did not, but if he had a lot of health, then you would be pretty close to being able to toss down your ult again. So even if you only got like healing, and you're like, wow, I'm just going into this fight, I'm at full health, I don't need that, you would still be pretty good off because you could do it again really quickly as long as you hit that boomerang, and you have to catch it again. I should have noted that. That's the important part. You have to throw the boomerang and catch it again, which could be as simple as right like that against a wall. You can also throw the boomerang in all directions, including up and down. It's kind of interesting, but it will still come back to you. So yeah, so if you're ever in a situation where, I think I have to go down here. Yeah, if you're ever in a situation where, that would be the boss. Let's do this again. Whoa. Chickens, bomb, and stun, except he was kind of trapped in there anyway, so it didn't matter. But all in all, very good class, very fun to play. And, you know, we could put the bow back on. Play around with the bow for a little bit, right? Yeah, we'll just do this one. I haven't seen many of the costumes for this class. Obviously, this is the level 10 costume, which, per usual, doesn't look... Oh, what am I doing? Yeah, doesn't look all that different from the starting costume. If we look here, man, we got a lot of costumes these days. Dark Boomeranger and Winter Boomeranger. They look nice. They're not, I don't think they're particularly themed around anything, but they look nice. They definitely do. And I'm sure we'll see some, you know, we'll see some more crazy ones come up for special events and that kind of a thing in the future, per usual. These waves are just like, you know, try to keep them clustered around your bomb, right? That's basically it. See, I can't, here, watch, ready? Let me heal. Let me not kill these guys and heal for a second. Let me show you what you would intuitively think you should do with a long-range bow. Let me wait for my cooldown. Okay, I have the bomb. You would think, oh, everyone, come on everyone, aggro onto me. Yeah, you would think that you would want to put the bomb down or throw the bomb from a distance, but I came over here and no one got hit by it because it takes a while to go off. So I almost feel like if you tap the bomb, you should place it and it should be a fuse. But if you want to throw it, you know, because you took the time to aim the throw, maybe it should go off on impact. I don't know, something like that. Maybe that would help. Because as it stands right now, if I like hustle over here, Right, there's no I throw them at it. I have to throw where they're gonna be when it goes off, and where they're gonna be where it goes off is right next to my face. And I walk too far away. But that's gonna be it for me, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. I guess I should actually take this on because I haven't gotten my qubits for today. Where is it? There it is. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know this class has been out for a few days, so it's a little late, but that's alright. And I'll see you guys all in the next video, which should be coming out tomorrow. And again, live streams every night, playing Trove. I start off with Trove every night, and usually we transition to some other game. Likely going to be Minecraft, but could be something else. Or we could stay on Trove the whole night if we... If we're having fun, which we usually do, have fun. So come check those out, twitch.tv/editedyesterday. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.